Shalom. I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Hey, brothers, I'm sure by now we all have caught wind of this emotional rant from the Deacon Asaph of IUIC as to where he mentioned that the men of a Great Millstone were broke, dirty, low-life bums, so on and so forth. But if you're not aware of what was mentioned, I'm going to play that momentarily. But before I do, I'm going to grab a few precepts, because I'm supposing, unbeknownst to Deacon Asaph, being poor, lowly in spirit, but also poor in the flesh at times, is part of this walk of ours, as exhibited with Yahweh Shai, his disciples, and also the apostles. They all had times where they were poor, they were lowly, and they were destitute. Let's start here in Ecclesiastes chapter 9, verse 16, and it reads, and I'll read this in a few different versions. So I said, wisdom is better than strength, but the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are no longer heeded. The New Living Translation states, so even though wisdom is better than strength, those who are wise will be despised. Who's those that are wise? That's the apostles and the elders and the beloved brothers of Great Millstone that break down the scriptures correctly. What they say will not be appreciated for long. You have to consider a group like IUIC. They perpetually go off on the regular. They don't keep the Sabbath correctly. They don't teach you the name of the Father and the Son. They don't teach you the correct breakdown of the MOTB. They line their heads and their beards up. They have sex on the Sabbath. They go off on the damn regular. So it's not a mystery who's despised here. You understand? This camp has completely sold the hell out, and they are through. Let's get right into this short here.
My mind was in a lot of places, because at the same time we're trying to do good for the community and trying to keep our young boys away from stuff like this. You got black Hebrew Israelite bums, no good bums. That's at the same time we're trying to do good for the community and trying to keep our young boys away from stuff like this. You got black Hebrew Israelite bums, no good bums.
Let's stop there, because that's enough. Let's come out of this and let's grab a few more precepts, because as I mentioned previously, being poor is part of this walk. Poor in spirit and also at times poor in the flesh. Brothers are going through all sorts of trials, all sorts of tests. Proverbs chapter 17, verse 5. So I guess he forgot this precept. Whosoever mocketh the poor reproaches his maker. Remember, prosperity and adversity both come from the Lord. He that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Remember, the scripture tells us it's an easy thing for the Lord to make a poor man rich. Let me get it in the New King James Version. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker. He who is glad at calamities will not go unpunished. Remember, in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 3, I won't read all of this, just a precept or so. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and read it all, because it all is important here, right? Verse 4. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are they that are merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are they that are pure in heart, for they shall see Yahweh. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of Yahweh. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. But this is the point here, these last two verses. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. They're not talking, they ain't got the truth. It says for my name's sake, for Yahweh Shai's sake. Who do they pray, give all praises to? Most High in Christ bless. Rejoice. Verse 12, rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Now let me come out of this. Let me go to Yahweh Shai's ministry. Remember, Yahweh Shai did have a house. He had a home. But when he began his ministry and started to branch out, what happened? What did he say? In Matthew chapter 8, verse 20. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, the foxes of the whole, pardon me, brothers, just excited in the spirit. The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. What did his disciples say? Right? Remember what happened in the book of Acts, in Acts chapter 3, verse 2 through 7. Well, let's read it. Now, a man who was lame from birth was being carried to the temple gate called Beautiful, where he was put every day to beg from those going in to the temple courts. When Peter and John, two disciples, was about to enter, he asked them for money. Peter looked straight at him, as did John. Then Peter said, "Look at us." So the man gave them his attention, expecting to get something from him. Verse 6. Then Peter said, "Silver or gold I do not have." Hey man, I'm broke. I don't have any money. But what I do give you, in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, walk. Taking him by the right hand, he helped him up, and instantly the man's feet and ankle became strong. What the hell is this guy talking about? Were these men considered bums? Were they? I'm sure you would consider them low-life bums, right? Consider what happened with the Apostle Paul and the men that were with him. 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 10. We are fools for Yahushua's sake, but you are so wise in Yahushua HaMashiach. We are weak, but you are strong. You are honored. We are dishonored. It goes on to this very hour. What did they say? We go hungry and thirst and are in rags. We are brutally treated. We are homeless. Let's continue. One more precept. We work hard with our own hands. When we are cursed, we blessed. When we are persecuted, we endure. Well, these men you just saw, Yahushua, his disciples. Now you're reading about the Apostle Paul and the men that were with him. This is why the Apostle Paul was able to echo this sentiment in Philippians chapter 4, verse 12. I know both how to abase and I know how to abound. Everywhere, in all things, I am instructed both to be filled and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer. But Paul had been through it all, man. That's why he's able to share these thoughts, these sentiments with you. That's why he's able to be happy in whatever state he finds himself in. We consider Paul a bum at one of those points where he's abased? No, he was rich because he had the truth, the knowledge, the understanding of the gospel. And I'm not even going to talk about the widow that had the two mites, but we consider her a bum. Let's go to Revelations and we'll finish here. Revelation chapter 2, verse 8. All right? To the angel of the church in Smyrna write, these are the words of him who is first and last, who died and became and came to life again. Verse 9 is the point. I know your afflictions and your poverty. But what did the Lord goes on to say? You are rich. Why? Because they had the 100% truth, right? I know about the slander of those who say they are Jews, IUIC, and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan, because them niggas wasn't teaching the truth, just like IUIC. If you're a part of that camp, if you stay a part of that camp, you are going to be destroyed. Hopefully this was edifying. Shalom.